Okay, whew. Gotta move fast. So the ice cream, whew, very cold. Hi, I'm Alexis deBoschnek, and I'm back making another recipe from a retro edition of Better Homes and Gardens Cookbook. Today I'm gonna make a baked Alaska spectacular. It actually has spectacular in the title. Very exciting. Okay, so this recipe looks pretty simple, but the end result looks kind of complicated, so let's see how it lands. Okay, so first I'm going to slice up the sponge cake. Then I'm gonna remove ice cream from this container, and then I'm gonna layer the cake around the ice cream, freeze it, and then make a meringue to go around it and bake it. This feels like, it feels like we're gonna have to move fast today. So the title does say spectacular, but it is funny that this is all store-bought items, which, you know, is in line with the 50s and the kind of recipes that would be popular. I'm guessing the spectacular part is more about the final look. Ooh, better idea. I can cut down. Okay, whew. Gotta move fast. So the ice cream, whew, very cold. Hold on. Okay, the ice cream is already starting to get a little melty. Ooh, gotta move fast. But I think I just need to layer the cake around it. The baked Alaska I made, ooh, wow, it's really moving. Never seen this shape before. Okay, now I freeze it again. Hopefully I can get a really good freeze on this because this one's like slipping and sliding. So while the cake portion of the baked Alaska freezes, I'm gonna work on the meringue. So the recipe calls for 5 egg whites. I like to put all the eggs in a bowl and then scoop out the yolks from there. Just find it's a little easier. I will say this recipe doesn't call for cream of tartar, which is a stabilizer for meringue. Usually that's what I would use, but since the recipe doesn't have it, I'm gonna skip it. I think baked Alaskas are so fun, like huge showstoppers, but I've never actually been served one, and I've never made one like for a special occasion. It feels like something really stressful, like you've gotta be really, really prepared. I do think it'd be fun for like, you know, some big birthday party, maybe a 50th birthday. Okay, I'm gonna add the egg whites to the mixer and beat until frothy. I'm just gonna add the sugar, and if you're wondering about these egg yolks, I'm gonna save these for later. They can be put in custard, you can make aioli, use them for salad dressing. Because the meringue is going into the oven, I really want to make sure that these are stiff, glossy peaks, otherwise it's just gonna melt. Okay, I think this meringue is perfect. I'm gonna go get the cake and hope that it doesn't melt. Okay, time is of the essence here. So it says to spread the meringue all over the cake. Does feel pretty frozen, so hopefully I have a few minutes, but because this gets baked again, I just wanna be really conscious. There's 2 ways to get that classic browned look on the meringue. One of them is putting them in the oven, which this recipe calls for, and another is using like a little torch. I would probably use the little torch if it was up to me. Putting like ice cream in the oven just feels so wrong. Basically, the cake and the meringue are insulated in the ice cream, which is why it doesn't melt, but it will start to get melty basically as soon as it's out of the oven. I know that seems kind of counterintuitive. Okay, I think this is as good as it's gonna get. The recipe says to put this in a 500-degree oven for 3 minutes, so fingers crossed.
Okay, the ice cream is melting, but there is a beautiful golden brown color on top, but wow, this is melting really fast. Okay, just gonna take a, oh gosh. I was gonna transfer it to the serving plate, but I don't think there's time. Baked Alaska, we did it. This definitely doesn't look like what I think of Baked Alaska. Like, I really think of a dome, and this kind of feels like ice cream surrounded by cake and like some meringue hanging out. It doesn't have the same like wow effect that I, typically think of, but I'm sure it'll taste good. I mean, it's delicious. How can ice cream, cake, and meringue not be good? I mean, look at how this is already melting out. The ice cream is literally oozing out as we go. I do like the idea, like the cake really did keep it as insulated as possible. It's a pretty interesting look. I was looking through Better Homes and Gardens to see what recipes could be a modern take on the Baked Alaska. I found a polka dot Neapolitan pie, which sounds really exciting. It's got a crust made of sugar cones, ice cream in the middle, and then it gets topped with meringue, which sounds delicious. I also found a layered ice cream cake, which I think would be like, in this vein, but there's no hot oven. Let me know in the comments if you would ever brave making a Baked Alaska.